Hello guys, welcome back to T2SMC Trader. Good evening to everyone, good afternoon to everyone. How are you all? I hope that everyone is cool. You can hear me, right? Okay guys, please make sure that you have voted over here, and I want to see that how many people are still waiting for an entry. So far 72% people are not, are waiting for an entry. It's really so pathetic because after this all the morning session good price action, still you guys are waiting for an entry. Okay. But let's see if we can find a good opportunity. Just make sure that you're not over leveraging, that's all. Hey Jamie, how are you, man? My dinner, I didn't take my dinner yet. Murshad, I didn't take my dinner yet, okay? Walaikum salam, Asif. Hey Jibras, Joy, so many new names. So on the morning session, I stopped here and I told that this constant crossment, if it is broken, then I'm looking for this high. This constant crossment, if it hold the price, then market I will look for this fair value gap. That will be my interest to see can market reach over here or not. Right now I'm waiting for a buying opportunity. By the way, this is that last gap. I want to see not last gap. This is the gap where I'm expecting that market will reach at least until this area. From 1 minute chart, this is the 1 minute last fair value gap. Market came here, broke the 50% of that 1 minute last fair value gap. That is the sign I'm going to be broken. Right now or after sometimes I'm going to be broken. After a big fall, all I need a bullish parabolic gap from a 15-minute chart. If there is a bullish parabolic gap, then I will start to look for a buying opportunity. In this 15-minute chart, you can see there is a bullish parabolic gap over here, very small. I didn't mark it here. This is that bullish parabolic gap. Right now, market is trading this bullish parabolic gap over here. Last gap, entry gap. When market reach to this entry gap, I'm interested to look for a buying opportunity now. If market provide me any buying opportunity, I'll go for that buy. Here, this clean highs, go to your second chart, 15-second chart. In your 15-second chart, you'll see there is clean highs over here. They're very clean. I don't like those type of clean highs. This is my first interest to look for the buy side liquidity. Can it go for that? Overall, I'm not looking for this buy side liquidity. I'm looking for this 15-minute fair value gap. But if I'm able to frame any kind of entry opportunity, this buy side liquidity will be my first target. So I'm not interested to hold my trade for this low. Instead, I would love to close my trade around this buy side liquidity. Over here, market made this sell side liquidity around this area, went higher, little retracement, took that liquidity, trade that fair value gap, which is the last fair value gap from that specific leg. This is the last fair value gap, trade here. Can it expand higher now for this buy side liquidity? Now, some of you maybe you are looking for sell. If you are looking for sell, please go for that. Just don't take your decision depending on my analysis. I'm just going with all the thought process. Why I'm looking for buy, why I'm looking for sell. In the meantime, this candle has closed there around this area, which is in this fair value gap, which is the first fair value gap in a specific leg. Can market reach from there to until this area by the rest of the time? That means 1.5 hour. So by just by 13, just by uh, 90 minute, just by 90 minute, can market reach over here? So what I will do, I will see where the market is right now. This is the area where it can maximum reach. This is that buy side liquidity. This is the 50% of that specific range. Around the 50%, I have this fair value gap. over here. So until this fair value gap is not going to be broken, you will keep looking for buying opportunity. Here I'm also looking for buying opportunity because this is the range where I'm expecting market can maximum go. Here this one, here that one. As market is above the 50% of this range, that means it's very near to the this food. Market is near to this food. I don't care about this food. Remember I gave you the example by food, walking, resting place. So if there is food, you are hungry, you are very near to that food. Which one you will go for? This food or that food? Which one you are interested to look for? Obviously this one, as you are so hungry. So I will also look for this area. Can market reach over there? So this is my intention to see. New week opening gap has been breached here. So as I told yesterday, I have added one more rules for the new week opening gap and new day opening gap, and that is market has to go through this with speed. As you can see, it was just consolidating here. I don't like this type of consolidation anymore. I don't want to use those type of consolidation anymore for using new day opening gap or new week opening gap. I want to see this type of break broken. The way it has been broken. Everyone is a green candle, market is keep going higher. Perfect. That was a good break, but then market started to fall, If the next candle was a bullish candle, I would say this is broken actually. Market is keep going higher, but that didn't happen here, which has happened there. So I prefer this one instead of that type of broken. By the way, in 15-minute chart, there is something else. Low, high, lower low. The highest up close body close candle is the breaker block. Extend to your right. Market has tapped to this breaker block as well. Can market keep going higher? I want to see it will keep going higher for this buy side liquidity. So I would love to frame a buying opportunity around this area. No, I didn't say that is a breaker block entry. I told that is a breaker block. So market is respecting the breaker block as well. Low, high, lower low. The highest up close body close candle is the breaker block. It is respecting. That doesn't mean it is a buying opportunity or I will push the button over there. No, it's a higher time frame point of interest which is respecting. Also, I have this bullish fair value gap which is the entry gap here. This candle low, that candle high. This is a bullish fair value gap, not this gap. This gap is from 1 minute chart. So actually, let me remove these two gap from here. So here is nothing. You can see there is a gap. Market tap to this 15-minute gap as well as in this breaker block. Let me mark one line here actually, so you can see it clearly. I was looking for a buy here. Actually, there was no fair value gap, so I didn't push the button. But if there was a fair value gap or something that could tell me that I would love to go for high, I would go for the trade over here around this area. Unfortunately, market didn't provide me any entry opportunity. Nothing is hindsight. You are seeing everything in live, in online. Okay, I mean in live price action. So market didn't provide me any fair value gap over there, so that I could go for the entry. So I will look for this up close body close candle. Can it work as an order block? So it tapped here. I would love to go for buy here. Stop loss is gonna be below this breaker block, just below that breaker block, little below, I guess, until this area. Yeah, until that area is safe. target profit is gonna be this one. So entry is here, stop loss is there, target is there. Okay, just observing this breaker block to see it will hold the price and send the price higher. So let me mark the breaker block there. Okay, I did a mistake. It didn't close above the breaker block. No, it didn't close the breaker block. Should I hold it? It's not a valid breaker block yet because I thought that it has closed above this candle, but it didn't close. Let's try. Okay, let's try, as I pushed already the button. So let's try if it works. I hope that it will work. But when the body will close above this gap, above that box, then and only then this is gonna be a valid breaker block. Until then, it's not a valid breaker block. In between, let me try to take a partial around 20 handle. So this is the 20 handle. Let's see if it can provide me the partial. It's not the breaker block yet. When the body will close above this gap, this box, then it will be a valid breaker block. So it's risky right now. It can fall little more. It can fall. As I push the button, I'm not going to close the trade. That's all. But when it will close above it, tap to this breaker block, that should be the entry. I thought it has closed, but it didn't close actually. It tapped exactly close to the top of this gap, of this box. Didn't break it yet. I was looking for an inverse gap, but I didn't see the inverse gap as well. Here, Murad, I didn't see the inverse gap. If you're asking about here from 15-minute chart, the inverse gap, yes, from 15-minute chart, it's the inverse gap, but that is going to be validated when market will close above this inverse gap. So far, market also didn't close above this inverse gap. So this is also not a valid inverse gap from 15-minute chart. I wish I'm not going to get stopped out, but if I get stopped out, then I'll keep waiting for that breaker block to be validated. Then I'll go for the re-entry. I just thought that it has closed above this high. By my bare eyes, I thought that it has closed, but it actually didn't close. From 1 minute chart, I don't see any inverse gap. Okay, from 1 minute chart, there is no inverse gap. So let's see if this candle can close above this breaker block. If it close above this breaker block, then the next candle will tap to this breaker block. That should be the entry, not this one, because this is not a valid entry. This is my mistake. I'm sorry, because I should mark it beforehand. But if this candle can close one tick above this, then it's gonna be a valid breaker block. Until now, it's not valid breaker block. I just took lucky entry or something like premature entry, or I don't know what to say. Now it's a valid breaker block. Now it will tap to this breaker block. See this guy came here. That should be your entry. That low, this you should be in the market right now. It's working. That means that doesn't mean that I will push the button here. because I have to wait for the it will work. It will work. That's why I was looking for buy, right? It will work. But my entry was not in time. My entry should be here, not there. But it will work. That is my expectation. That is why I'm looking for buy. So I'll trail my stop loss little bit here around this area. Okay. So that will be my stop loss. Let's see if it can provide me 20 handle at least. And target will be little above on that buy side liquid, little above. Don't get afraid. I mean, I'm not getting afraid by this candle because I have noticed that market didn't tap to this breaker block yet. It didn't tap to this breaker block yet. So it maybe it is coming back to trade that breaker block before expanding higher. So I'm not getting afraid by seeing this that why market is coming back again, because it didn't tap to this breaker block yet. So maybe it is coming back to trade this breaker block before expanding higher. This whole price action is inside this last favorable gap. In this last favorable gap, one candle has closed above this last favorable gap. Just one candle has closed. So far, it is a fake breakout. I need another candle close above this last favorable gap. So previously, market left the sign that I'm going to be broken here. One time fake breakout, two time confirmation of the breakout. It has closed above this 50% of that last gap three times. After closing above this last favorable gap constant crossment three times, it fall. Where did it fall? To trade the breaker block from 15-minute chart, as well as the entry gap, as well as to take this liquidity before expanding higher. Okay, fall, took all of this liquidity, trade this last gap. Very specific thing. Trade that last gap tick by tick. Went higher. I was looking for a buying opportunity here, to be honest. That was my buying opportunity around this area. Now market didn't provide me any opportunity over there, so I had the last opportunity to go for this trade from this breaker block. Low, high, lower low. That is the breaker block, highest up close body close candle. This candle has closed there. Close approximately entry here. Close approximately entry. If you are able to go for the trade from there, that is the best case of scenario. Okay? From there, and then this is my liquidity, but in the meantime I'll take a partial around 20 handle, random level. Okay, it's a random level. I'll just take the partial around 20 handle, and it should be already closed, but I guess it's more than 20 handle because here something like this. But yeah, we'll see if it can provide me the partial. If it provide me the partial, I'll go for the stop loss. I'll put it to the break even. I want to see this candle will work as an order block. So this candle open, I want to see it will work as an order block now. and send the price keep higher, keep going higher. In the meantime, why I'm not moving my stop loss? Why I'm not moving my stop loss? The reason is I saw that market didn't trade that breaker block, so it can come back again to trade this breaker block. That is why I'm not moving my stop loss. Don't follow my trade management. It's like little weird. Okay, little weird. One candle has closed above this last fair value gap. Fake breakout. One more candle has closed above this last fair value gap. Confirmation of the breakout. That means this last fair value gap from 1 minute chart, we're getting confused. That is the 1 minute last fair value gap which has been broken here. Already it's been broken. So when it is broken, it will go for the next liquidity level, which is here around this area. In my opportunity, there is no liquidity or something very specific liquidity, but when I have seen this clean highs, go to your 15-second chart and look for those clean highs here around this area. They're so clean. I don't like this type of clean things in the chart. I need something, relatively equal highs, relatively equal lows. It's okay, but this type of clean highs, I don't like them. So that is my target, to see if market can go until that area. Okay. One candle has closed below this min threshold. The very next candle went higher and going to close here somewhere. Fake breakout. Acceptable. Only the constant crossment. Fake breakout is not acceptable. If I get the partial here, I'll put my stop loss below this low. Though I know it's risky because now it has made the relatively equal lows. It can come back again to take that relatively equal lows and trade that breaker block. But still, I'll take that risk and I'll put my stop loss over here if I get the partial of 20 handle. By the way, my partial is little above, which is near about here, which is like 20 handle 3 ticks, but 20 handle has been provided already. As I'm expecting market will come here, so I don't want to put it little lower. As I put it over there, I'll keep it over there. Min threshold has been traded. Wanna see this order block will hold the price and send the price higher. If the market come back again and trade this min threshold one more time before giving me the partial, I'll put my stop loss below this low, because according to the rules it should not trade this min threshold one more time. But if it trade this min threshold, I'll put my stop loss to the break even here. And then maybe I'll find or look for another entry opportunity or something. But you don't need to do that, because you can see that even if you put your stop loss here around this area, it's not a huge stop loss. Something like, how much it is, like 14 handle stop loss. It's not huge. So, but I would love to do that. I'll put my stop loss here if it retest this min threshold of that order block. So I don't want to take the risk. I can be wrong. I don't want to get that wrong. I don't care about my profit. Instead of my profit, I prefer not to take the loss. That's all. It has already provided 20 handle. I just didn't able to take the partial. That's all. So I'll put it here. If I get stopped out, then I'll start to look for another opportunity to look for. This is my way to trade. Also, just unfortunate because I told that I'm gonna take the partial around 20 handle, but it was 20 handle 3 ticks. Just for 3 ticks, it didn't hit my profit. Yeah, at least the partial I didn't get. But I don't want to take that risk anymore. So I'll get stopped out here. Then I'll try to find re-entry opportunity instead of holding this one. But at the same time, I'll keep this like this way. This tool, I'll keep it like this way, just to notify that even if I get stopped out, did it work perfectly or not. Don't follow my trailing stop loss. It's my request to all of you, because maybe in live I won't go for the re-entry, but when I do my trading, even if I get stopped out, I look for the re-entry opportunity. So please don't follow my trailing stop loss. It can stop you out prematurely. Why I did it? Because this min threshold has been broken one time, two times. If this should work as an order block, then this min threshold should not be broken. As it's been broken, I'm not going to believe this min threshold anymore. Now, when I'm not going to believe this min threshold or the order block anymore, this guy can come back again until this breaker block can make some kind of mohawk before expanding higher. After getting that much near to my profit, I don't prefer or I don't like to take a loss or huge loss. So what I will do, I'll cover some profit. I'll try to cover some profit and then I'll start to look for my entry opportunity, re-entry opportunity. All my intention to see if market will come here and eventually market will tap to this low. That's my interest to see. Yeah, exactly, absolutely. This order block is also not been traded. This one, it's also not been traded. So there's a lot of issues that can send the market lower. When it will fall, how far it will fall, I'm not 100% sure. When I'm not 100% sure, it can keep falling little more to take that liquidity as well. So what is the reason to hold the trade until this area from very near to my partial or 20 handle or something like that, very near from there, then I will get a stopped out over here. I don't like it. So I need here some kind of clean run will provide me the profit. I'm happy with that. If it doesn't provide me that, I'll get stopped out. This is my logic for trailing stop loss. Now it's bad because I don't give the market sometimes to breathe. I don't give him to breathe. I don't give the time to the market to breathe. When it's breathing here, I am trailing my stop loss. I don't want to give the time. I always believe or I prefer this type of run. I am in market. For example, I'm in market. Perfect. Market went higher. Good. Retrace. Good. Went higher again. Good. I want to see this thing, not this type of consolidation mode. I don't like this type of consolidation mode. So far it has provided me 20 handle. My first partial is done. Now this is the area I would love to see if market can reach. This candle will close. I'll put my stop loss just below that. Not even waiting. I'll put my stop loss here. Not even one tick below that low. It should be one tick below actually. Let's cover the min threshold. That's my stop loss now. If I got a stop out, I'm okay with that. But I need this thing. I'm not interested to get chopped up. That's my logic, but it's not something. Please, I'm not interested to tell any of you to follow it. This is my extreme target. I never follow the rules. The extreme target. I always prefer to stop before the extreme target. Any kind of area to take my profit before the extreme target. So this is my extreme target. Even if I am in 10 contracts entry, I closed already 9 contracts. I'll let one this area. I will never do that. It's all about the habit. It will ruin my habit to close my profit. Okay, so if it is logical, like, no, not 38, make it 40, make it 40. Okay, so there, make it 40 here. If I get that 40 handle, why I put it over there? Because I know I am believing that market will come here. That's why I can take little risk above the buy side liquidity. Maybe it will give me the 40 handle. Okay, done. Here, this is not my intention to see. Okay, let me remove it. This area is not my intention. My intention is this buy side liquidity. That is my intention. And above this buy side liquidity, I have a fair value gap over here. See this fair value gap, which is also the last fair value gap. So this last fair value gap is now coming here around this area. To that specific leg, this is the last fair value gap. It should be now here. See if market would love to break this last fair value gap now. Is there anybody has closed above the constant crossband? No. So what should I think? Is it keep going higher? I don't know. I have to wait to see if it is broken or not. Hey AFX, you are here. Thank you, Jack, for writing boom man. Hey John, thanks for that boom man. Thank you for that boom, AFX. Stux, thanks man. Hey Jamie, thanks man. Why you guys give me thanks? You guys deserve thanks because you are writing a lot of things, but I don't deserve anything. So I'm just explaining the price action. That's my duty. That's my job. That's I'm doing. I'm keeping my promise. That's all, brother. Hey Marshuk, nicely done. Thank you. Strax, did you provide the screenshot of your profit? I mean, you can hide your name. It's okay, but at least just share your profit. Okay. We are fed up. We are fed up by seeing AFX his payout. We are fed up, to be honest. I'm just kidding, by the way. AFX is the killer. Hey Mohau, thank you. Ibang, thanks for that boom, man. Hey Ravi, thanks, man. I love boom. I love boom. I love penguin. Now I wanna see how many people would love to. Here, I wanna see how many people still are looking for the same thing. Okay, so I will restart this one, and I wanna see how many people still are looking for this. Please vote, everyone. What the hell? Bullshit. Please join over here again. If still it is bigger, then I will say most of my viewers are actually gambler, because in the morning session I provided them like 150 200 handles. In this PM session already we have provided, by explaining everything beforehand, we have provided near about 40 handle, something like that, or 25 30 40 handle, whatever you say. If still people are looking for an entry, then most of my viewers are actually over trader. And if you are over trader, that means at the end of the day you are going to be the loser. That's unconscious. Okay. Okay, Stux, thank you, man. Hey Jesus, thanks for that, man. Yeah, guys, please push the like button as well. I need that likes. Push the like button, man, please. Anybody has any question? How we have outlined all of these things? How did we know that it can be the reverse or retracement from there? How did we know that? How we frame this entry opportunity? Where from where we should exactly go for the trade? how we frame that trade. Anybody has any kind of question about this? If you have the question, let me know. In the meantime, make sure that you have pushed the like button. 62 people, 32 likes. At least make it 50 likes. Three trades today, all green. I'm just observing and taking notes. That's cool, man. I mean, three trades is more than enough. I mean, it is huge for me. Two is okay, but three is huge. But by the way, you have got it. Congratulations. Market has taken the buy side liquidity. Market has taken the buy side liquidity. Trade the last fair value gap. There is something unfinished. Remember, unfinished. I'm going to remove them. There is something that is unfinished. Order block, like Jack T, according to Jack T, order block, 15-minute order block, breaker block, lot of things is unfinished here. Came some specific area, a very random area, by the way. This candle high and that candle low, the last fair value gap. Took the buy side liquidity, trade that last fair value gap, fall. Here is some unfinished business. Now this breaker block is not valid anymore. Why is that? Because there is no buy side liquidity. If buy side liquidity has taken, this breaker block can't work with logic after taking the buy side liquidity. The good information is this is a shallow run. So still this high is a liquidity level. Would love to see, can this breaker block hold the price? If it do that, I'll start to look for buying opportunity again. Looking for sell? Never. How can I look for a sell? If and only if market go and close below this fair value gap here, very small fair value gap on my right from 15-minute chart. If it close below this fair value gap, yes sir. Now I'm interested to look for a sell, maybe until the new opening gap high. Until that high, I'll start to look for a sell from there to there. Otherwise, I will keep looking for a buy. But it's close approximately entry. You have to find out these things. So if you watch ICT himself, he will always tell you one thing, okay? If you think your entry should be to the top, then your entry should be, I mean, if you want to take the buy from the top of this breaker block, your limit order should be little above of that area, because you are asking for the most precision from the market. You can't ask that from the market. So you have to try to take little, this is called close approximately entry. Due to why my trading view do not show the target profit and stop loss. What do you mean by that, Katie Khan? Can you please take a screenshot and share it to our Discord group? They will help you. Katie Khan, just share it to our Discord group. I believe that you will get your solution. I didn't understand what you mean, so please try to take a screenshot and I'll short the market. Oh, that's cool, Jamie. I hope that you have already got your profit, because it's already 40 handle. Weekly candle close, making downside week of weekly candle. The candle didn't close yet. I have already told how the candle is going to close. From the weekly chart, thing I told, this candle is going to close inside this candle. If it would love to go higher, maximum level is the 50% of that week. If it would love to fall, maximum line is the 50% of that week here. That is the maximum line market can reach. But it is going to stay inside this candle, inside that candle. Just reminded me what was the dotted line in 15-minute chart. This one. From hourly chart, this week taken all the liquidity, trade that entry fair value gap. That is the week. So if this week is broken, then market will reach until this area. If it is not broken, I'm only interested to look for buy. Only interested to look for buy. This whole reaction is from the entry fair value gap from the hourly chart. This is the hourly chart, last fair value gap, entry gap. Market tap to this entry gap, just a reaction. How far this reaction can reach? Maybe until this bullish gap. I don't know. Maybe until this bullish gap it can reach maximum. I don't know. I don't want to use this chart. Instead of that, I would love to use this 15-minute chart. From 15-minute chart, this is the week. If you go for the week 50%, you will see the 50% of the week is around the same level from the hourly. Just little up and down. But either way, this is at the same level. It came back fall until this order block. So some unfinished business has been finished already from 15-minute chart. This order block is not only the fair value gap order block, but also the breaker block order block. Low, high, lower, low, high stop loss, body close candle, breaker block. Tap to this breaker block, which is called the breaker block order block. Market has been validate this breaker block order block. Come back again, trade that order block. Now it will go. My intention to see market will come here and it will close around this gap today. So I wanna see that price is going to close by today inside this gap, inside or around this gap. That is my intention to see. Okay, you are the money. You have changed your name, brother. Okay. See this gap? I wanna take a buy from this gap. So if it come back again and tap to this gap, whatever gap it will make, I'll go for the buy from there. This time I'll go with low leverage. I mean, I'm not using high leverage. I'm gonna make it 50%. Whatever leverage I take, I'm gonna make it 50%. So if it come here to this fair value gap, I will take the buy from that fair value gap. Stop loss is going to cover the 50% of this breaker block. So that should be, the buy should be there, okay? When it tap to this gap, that should be the buy. Stop loss is going to cover the 50% of that breaker block. Target profit, last fair value gap. Here it's risky, that's why I make sure that my risk is 50% because it's risky. Okay, I got stopped out. 14 handle loss by 50% risk. Going to change my idea from selling to buying to selling. 100% no. I will keep looking for buying opportunity. Do I need to trade? No, absolutely I don't need to trade. If I were trading, my trading is done. PM session I'm trading, I took the buy here, close my trade there, my trading is done. By the way, I wouldn't hold my trade until this area, to be honest. Like that was 40 handle, I wouldn't go for that. 20 handle partial, 30 handle close. Perfect. By the way, this one is not important anymore. It's falling. Would love to see if it can fall maximum. Wanna see that it's not going to break this fair value gap. I want to see it's gonna break that fair value gap. Maximum to this constant cosmet, it is acceptable. But I'm not saying that it is reaching for that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if it keep falling, then maximum I will expect it will come here. Then I'll start to look for buying opportunity again. Perfect. I don't want to see this is gonna be broken. I wanna see market will reverse now. Top rejection, 50% rejection. I wanna see it will reverse now again. I don't want to see it will keep falling and it is going to break this fair value gap. Now I don't want to see that, but market has broken this one. What I will do? Nothing. I will wait until this fair value gap is broken from 15-minute chart. If this fair value gap is broken from 15-minute chart, then maybe I will start to think about the sell. Otherwise, no selling is valid. Every single time I'll only look for the buy. High rejection, consonant crossment rejection. Something very specific. Came to the top, came to the 50%. Perfect. I wanna see it will reverse now again. When I will take the entry, if there is a setup, then I'll go for the trade. If no setup, no trade. It fall, took that liquidity again. Like this way, it has taken the liquidity, went higher. It came here, took the extreme liquidity again. Wanna say it will go higher again. Not interested to see that it will keep falling. I wanna see it will keep going higher again. And this gap is not going to be broken. 50% until this 50% of this gap has been traded, I'm happy with that. Top rejection, constant and crossment rejection. Honestly, it will keep going higher. In the meantime, if any of you are looking for sell, maybe you are looking for sell from there, go for that. I am just explaining what I'm thinking, what is my thought process. It can be wrong. Maybe your thought process is right. So whatever your thought process, you take your decision depending on your thought process. If I don't get any buying opportunity, I'll know I don't trade here. This is my area from 3 p.m., which is here, from 3 p.m. to 3:45 p.m. That is the best area for me to go for the trade around the Friday. So if I find a good setup right now, I'll go for that setup. Okay, if price breaks breaker block could visit those equal lows. That breaker block was not valid. If you are asking about 1 minute chart, that breaker block was not valid. I mean, I was looking for that breaker block, Harbin. When you come to New York, I will come see you. Make 200k, brother. Because the 50-minute candle close below the order block. 50-minute candle close below the order block. I don't understand the question, brother. If the 50-minute candle closed below this fair value gap, that fair value gap, then I will think about the sell. Otherwise, I'm not interested to look for sell. I want to see it will keep going higher until this gap or this 15-minute fair value gap. My intention to see that market will come here, not here. I want to see it will be here, so that I can frame next week price action. I can frame them. I'm not thinking about today. I'm thinking about next week. If market close around this area, the next week what market will do? It doesn't need to come over here. It should keep falling. So this week market should reach in a certain level, so that next week market can fall or go higher from that specific level. If it come here, it doesn't need to come here then fall in next week. So this week market should close around this gap. That is my intention to see right now. So you're waiting to help me out. I can not see any type of paper. Kitkan, I think I gave you the reply. If whatever is your issues, take a screenshot or make a screen record, then share it with us in Discord so that we can help you. Okay. Otherwise, whatever you're saying, I really don't understand what you are saying. In the meantime, you can check out this area, this thing, and make sure that all of these things are ticked or not. Whatever is ticked, whatever it is, just take a screenshot and make sure that everything is same like me, and then let me know if it works or not. Is it same or not? Okay, take a screenshot and fix it like that way. Isn't it seems like a good sell from this gap? How the wick is making here seems like it's a good sell, right? From this gap. Depend on how you are thinking where market will go. It depends on that. If you're thinking that market is going to fall, then it's a good signal for you to look for sell. As I'm not looking for sell, I'm looking for buy. So it's a bad signal for me that what the hell the market is doing, why it's struggling to break this gap. That means it has some unfinished business yet here. What is that business? Now, to be honest, I don't see anything over here. Nothing is over there. So in my opinion, it doesn't need to come here, except this down close body close candle until this candle. So let me mark it. So that is something unfinished. But here, this down close candle has traded this fair value gap, which is a order block. To be honest, this is the consecutive order block, but this is the lowest down close candle, which is the most sensitive one. It could be the unfinished business. So it tapped to this order block. Let's see if it can go higher. All I don't want to see the body close below this 50% of that fair value gap. I don't want to see that. Why is that? Because I'm looking for buy. If I'm looking for sell, I saw that I could say that I want to see the body close below this 50%. That is the side. For example, here, if the body has closed above the 50% of this last fair value gap, I'll be very much confident to think about the buy around this area. It didn't show me the sign. So here, the same thing. I don't want to see any kind of sign that is going to tell me I'm going to be broken. This gap is going to be broken. So what is that sign? Nobody should close below this consonant crossment of that gap. Even if one body closed, perfect. The next body should close above the consonant crossment of that gap, of that last gap, so that I can feel that this market is going higher. So my intention to take the buy, so I will look for the buy and I will wait for that. If it doesn't happen and market keep falling, I will have nothing to do and I will let all the fall go, because I don't see any level here that is going to tell me that brother please look for sell, I'm coming there. I don't see anything here. That's why I'm not able to look for any kind of sell. No, I don't like PM. I don't like at all. The PM session I don't like at all. I love AM session. AM session is my love. I can feel the market around the AM session. PM session is difficult for me. Except Friday. Friday PM session is the best area to trade. But except Friday, every single day I prefer to trade around the morning session. One candle has closed below this concurrent crossband. The very next candle came here and maybe going to close around this area. So it's a perfect fake breakout. I'm just observing if this candle can close above that high or not. If it close above that high, when it tap to this gap, that high, I'll take re-entry, go for the buy depending on that order block. So here, this is not something without setup. This is a setup where I am using this last gap and also this order block, and all of these things I'm going to use. But unfortunately, if it keep going higher, I will have nothing to do. But if it close above that candle high, I want to prefer go for buy from there. Stop loss should be there, but I can't put it over here. I will put it over there, because around the PM session 20 handle is more than enough. I don't want to go for that much risk. Remember, this entry will be validated if the body close above that high. Then I don't want to use this one as my order block. The reason is it's an indecisive candle, something like small body long wick. So I don't want to use this candle as my order block. Instead of that, I want to use this consecutive order block. So if the body close above this, above that line, then I will start to look for a buying opportunity from the order block. This is the order block from this fair value gap. But if you use this order block, then this is gonna be your propulsion block. What else can happen? Maybe I'll miss this entry. It is also possible that market will never give me the entry opportunity. The earn to trade, that offer is valid maybe until the 31st of December. If you ask me about the legit or not, uh, Jack T told me, yeah, last time that it is much more older than the Apex. Okay, it's much more older than the Apex. So I think it's good. It's legit. I think so. Okay. Remember, my stop loss is very tight, but to be honest, this stop loss should be here. But it's like 19 handle. I don't want to take that much risk. I wanna observe this consecutive order block 50% because my entry is depending on that order block. So I'm going to depend on the 50% on the mean threshold of that consecutive order block, and also the last fair value gap, top, and the concurrent crossment. I'm going to believe them. They're not going to be broken. So there is three level. First, order block. Second, mean threshold of that order block. Third, this last fair value gap top. Fourth, this last fair value gap concurrent crossment. So I have fourth defense line over here. They are going to protect the price or stop the price to take me. Okay, to stop. I mean to going to protect my entry or a stop loss. So that's why my stop loss is over here. So putting it below this order block and putting it here, they're like the same thing. So when I can put it over here, I don't need to take 5 handle more loss. I don't need to take that on. So that's why I prefer to put my stop loss over here. Though if I'm wrong, I'll get 14 handle loss instead of 20 handle, 19 handle loss. I'll get 14 handle loss. According to the rules, it should go higher. If it doesn't go higher, it can simply go and take that low as well. So if it take that low, it can take that low. But if it doesn't take that low and stopped me out prematurely, then go higher, it's my bad luck. Sometimes that type of bad luck happens and I'm okay with that. Most of the time I see that if it can reach until this area, that means it has reached until the low of this order block. If it go for that order block low, I have just nothing to do. I will get more losses over there. So just for sometimes where accident happens, that means it stopped me out before reaching to that low, it went higher again. That is called accident or sometimes. Just for those sometimes, I don't want to take more losses most of the time. So I prefer to put my stop loss here instead of here. Going to believe this is going to work. I'm not going to get stopped out. Now I have this propulsion block, this two consecutive propulsion block. Wanna see at least this propulsion block is going to hold the price and send the market higher. Most probably I want to look for an unfilled gap now. There should be a gap that will be unfilled. Now that is my target, which is like 23 handle or something like that, but I'm going to put it over here. And instead of that, I will take a partial over here. But actually I prefer to stop or close my trade around this area. Why? Because this is the PM session. I don't need more profit over here. I'm going to hold it until this area so that I can explain more price action. Without pushing the button, I can't explain the price action. I'm sorry for that. So that is the stop loss, which is like 1400. It should be 1400. Don't focus on my entry because I just didn't put the limit order over there. But from the limit order, that should be entry. I just randomly push the button. So don't think that my entry is here and that is my target. No, my entry is to this order block and target is there. The stop loss is here. I want to see some kind of unfilled fair value gap now. That means market will keep going higher and it will make a fair value gap that will be unfilled. If it do that, then I'll be happy to hold my trade until this area. Actually, until this area. I'll be happy to hold my trade until that area. If it doesn't make an unfilled fair value gap over here, that means it's not interested to go faster over there. This is the 1530 candle, which candle should provide the speed. Now this speed should go toward the buy side liquidity because middle of the hour, the speed or the run almost 90% of the time is toward the way it wants to go. That means if the run is below, I mean the speed is below, showing me below, that means maybe it will keep falling. Most of the time, 90% of the time it happens. At top of the hour is the Judas swing, middle of the hour is the real side. Okay, so as you can see, it's falling 90% of the time. It can fall, it can keep falling. So let's see. Still I have the 50% of that order block. I have top of this area and the 50%. I got stopped out. It didn't work. I got stopped out. this low can be protected and this market can go higher, keep going higher. In that type of situation, I will say I'm just unlucky because it stopped me out prematurely, then it went higher. It is also possible. When I do my own trading, I take re-entry. All I mean, like here, that should be the real stop loss here. And maybe whatever is your target, this is your target. So what happens sometimes? It will never go and break the order block. So it stopped me out, then it will go higher. It is called accident. Sometimes these accidents happen to me. But in this type of situation, I keep seeing that if it is a good decision to put the stop loss over there, or was that a bad decision? If it provide me the target, I feel like bad luck. If it doesn't do that and stopped me out, I feel like I did the good job. I at least covered some more losses. I didn't take the huge loss, but sometimes I get stopped out prematurely. The theme is you're not seeing my stop loss placement, my target profit placement. Don't focus over there. Just focus on the price action, the way I'm thinking the market will work. That is your focus area. Entry, pushing entry, I mean taking entry, stop loss placement, target profit placement, it's all up to you. You will do it the right way. If you take the entry over here in this order block, your stop loss should be below this order block. That should be below this order block. That is the rules. So you have to follow the rules. It's not the propulsion block anymore. Let's see if it can close out this candle, then it's gonna be the new propulsion block. Why I'm looking for buy and how I'm going to frame this entry or everything, you will just focus over there. Don't focus on my stop loss, don't focus on my target profit. If you ever focus over there, you will regret. This should be your real entry opportunity, or the real entry should be like this. Now target, I want to see until this area, but this will be the partial area. Something to mention about it, earn to trade, as I know there is no multi accounts, and after reaching the profit in the sim funded, they will move you to live funded, so you will pay the monthly fees as professional. Okay, I didn't know that. But still, I like the way they have introduced their firm. It's awesome. You will buy a 50K account and then finally you will go for 400K account. Awesome, man. I love it. It can be a good area, brother, to target this volume balance. 100% it can be a good idea to target here. তারে ধরতে পারলে মনো বেরি দিতাম পাখির পায় পাখি কমনে আসে যায়. Yeah, Hexen, most of the job has done already. Most of the job has done already by today. So it can do the rest of the time, the little this is why Friday is the mental capital preservation day. That is the reason for calling it mental capital preservation day. Friday is unpredicted. When you got your profit, stop over there. At least Friday. It's my opinion. Maybe somebody can say that Friday is the most easiest day to trade. But in my opinion, Friday is one of the hardest day to trade. At least for me. I love Monday to trade, but Friday is difficult. Has market reached until the lowest candle, which is the most sensitive one? Though I don't look for it, but it's the most sensitive one as an order block. I will keep it as an order block as well. So here is the consecutive order block level. This is the most sensitive line for the order block here. I'll close this one as an order block. Instead, I would love to keep the lowest one as my order block. This is that candle. I should, for example, I'm in this trade. For example, I'm in this trade. I should do something here that I never able to do, and that is to close the trade. Whenever it will come very near to my entry point, I should close the trade. But I'm not able to do that. It's been a long I am trying for this. Killing the trade if it is not expecting, providing you the things you are expecting, then kill the trade prematurely. Whenever you will get the opportunity, it is very near to your entry point, close the trade. But I never able to do that. I keep thinking that maybe it will work, maybe it will work, maybe it will work. Most of the time I get stopped out, and it's okay. If I don't uh, trail my stop loss, then I get stopped out. Just by thinking that it is going to work, it is going to work, it is going to work. Because I feel like when it is bullish, right? This type of candle, when like this candle, right? The very next candle, maybe it will come here. I'll start to think that this is going to work maybe. So I don't close it. But what happens? Then it will come back again and stop me out. It's a pure consolidation. So from 314 to until now, it's just consolidating. Absolutely a pure consolidation. From 314, from that specific candle to until now, it is just consolidating. Do you really like this price action, brother? Look at the wicks. Just look at those wicks. How beautiful those wicks are. Okay, finally it stopped me out. So when I got stopped out here, below that area, that was the better area to get stopped out instead of holding this market until this area. Either way, this is a pure consolidation over here. So I had nothing to do. And as I told, if it keep falling, I really don't have any idea how far it will fall. So I'm not interested to look for any kind of sell. Either way, I'm not interested to go for any kind of buy or sell here as well. This is whole like, I'm done. I'm just done. Stop me. I'm not going to do anything. Piano action. Yeah, absolutely. We're also in the hourly bullish parabolic gap. Yep, I can see the 15-minute only gap that is going to determine my bias. It has traded that gap. This is the 50-minute last candle has closed just one tick above the fair value gap. Here it is still holding the price. Perfect. After 345, I don't trade anymore. So for until 344 is my last opportunity to go for the trade. 344, 345, I don't care about that. Like yesterday, we were looking for a sell. That sell opportunity has created around 350. I'm not interested to catch that on. So maybe around 350 it will start to go higher. I don't care about that, and I'm not interested to go for that. This is a bearish market. Okay, to be honest, this is a bearish market. This is the reply to DB. Look, this is a bearish market. In the bearish market, the bearish gap doesn't have any value. The new or recent bearish gap, they don't have any value. In a bearish market, bullish gap has the value because it's falling. So whatever, when it is falling, it will keep making the bearish gap, bearish gap, bearish gap, bearish gap, bearish gap. It will keep making the bearish gap. Here went higher, bearish gap, maybe it will keep falling, the bearish gap will be there. So in a bear market, bearish gap doesn't have any value. But in a bullish market, in a bearish market, the bullish gap has the importance. Which bearish gap has the value? The bearish gap that market has created near the at the starting of the fall. The bear gap is important over here, but not the recent gap. They don't have any value. In this market, this bullish gap has the value. This gap, that gap. If this candle could close below the 50% of this gap, that is the sign that don't touch this market. Still, this is bullish. Still, I should look for buy. If the time is going to support my idea, I have to look for the buy. Now it's outside of the time, so I'm not able to look for the buy. But still, this fair value gap, if this fair value gap is broken, as I told, body close below this fair value gap, I'll start to think about the sell. Until it's not broken, I will keep looking for buying opportunity. There is only the buying opportunity, no selling opportunity. It is outside of the session, so I'm not interested to trade anything over here. But you will see if it can go higher or not. I mean, if there is any buying pressure or not. Okay, but I'm not able to trade in this area after 345, which is this 344 candle. From this candle, I'm not able to enter into this market. How beautiful the setup is, we don't care. We are not able to enter this market. If you look yesterday, I was looking for a sell, I was looking for a sell, I was looking for a sell, and finally market has made a selling opportunity yesterday. Okay, yesterday market has made a selling opportunity over here, there, but this selling opportunity has created around what time is it? Was 350. This is the 350 candle which has traded this gap here, then market fall. What a fall from this gap to until this area. It was 68 handle fall around this area, but I am not able to look for that. I mean, take that sell because it is outside of the session. So after the session, if it is the best entry opportunity, we don't care about that. We are looking for buy, and finally market took all the liquidity. This is the last fair value gap that should hold the price. Not even 15-minute chart, but also 1-minute chart. How beautifully it has been reacted from this fair value gap from 15-minute chart. Now market is respecting, market is keep going higher. Am I able to look for that buy? No, I'm not able to look for that buy. Why? It is outside of the session. I can't go for the buy here. Same entry I was framing here, the order block entry. Same entry is here as well, around this area. The same entry, order block entry, but I'm not able to look for that entry. Why is that? It is outside of the session. I was looking for buy. Did market provide me the buy? Yeah, absolutely. But I was expecting this is going to happen here, not here. Even if it was like 344 candle, this one, I could go for that trade from 344 candle. But as it is after 344, I'm not able to take that buy. So this was the whole time distortion, and I fall into that time distortion. After the time distortion, market is going toward the area I was expecting market will go. This whole sell is the frame of that buy. I was just unable to enter. There was an opportunity. I took that opportunity. Market stopped me out, providing this run outside of the session. Until 345 is the area we can trade. After 345, we should not participate in this run. Just don't participate in this run. Don't give a shit all of this area. Yesterday we were looking for sell. Same thing happened yesterday as well. Like today, I was looking for a buy. Now, if you like this sell, I have nothing to say. But I love this buy. This is called buy. Unfortunately, it happened after the session. Just unfortunately, it happened after the session. Sometimes shit happens. Trust me, man. And this is the lowest probable area to trade because this is almost the end of the year. You can't forget that. This is the end of the year. So remember, I told that market is going to close inside this gap. This is still my inside in my head. If this fair value gap could close by 15-minute candle, yes sir, then I would change my mind and maybe I would start to think that sell. But this fair value gap is not closed from 15-minute chart. My intention is still that it will come here to this gap. I prefer the closing is going to happen inside this gap. That is, I'm going to prefer. Closing means around 5 p.m. Even if it doesn't close here by 5 p.m., it will close here somewhere. After the opening in Sunday or Sunday, you will see that market came here first. Even if it failed to finish its job. Now, this is not the good time. You have to understand this fact, brother. I'm not giving you any kind of excuse. I'm telling you the fact. This is the end of the year. This is the time which is end of the year. So price is doing something very weird. We know that this is going to happen. We knew it, right? There is nobody that they can say me that he doesn't know that he is going to see the buy run. Every one of us were looking for the buy run. Unfortunately, this buy run happened here after all of this time distortion. This small time distortion is something that is happening because of the time, the weird time, end of the year time. This is that weird time. So just because of that weird time, this time distortion happened here. Otherwise, if it was a normal time, what would happen? This candle fall, it won't stop here. Trade that fair value gap, keep falling. Trade this fair value gap, this same thing would happen here. So this whole time, market won't spend this time. This type of distortion happen from 11:30 to 12. This whole time distortion. It happens from 11:30 to 12 a.m. before the lunch hour. So we know when we are going to expect this time distortion. But now these days, like yesterday, like today, market is making this time distortion before the closing. It's not our fault, it's the fault of the time. Right now it is end of the year, so you have to understand that sometimes market will do this type of weird thing, but that doesn't mean we are going to avoid the precision, how we are going to frame the direction. Please try to learn this, and trust me, if next year there is no WW3, World War 3, and the price action is so beautiful, you will be astonished. What the hell, man? Why it is too much beautiful? Why it is working absolutely perfectly okay? Why it is working like that way? You will be astonished, okay? Trust me, man. And you will see that you are the wizard, because whatever you are expecting, market is providing you that. You are trading in the difficult time, difficult situation of the market. The most difficult year in my life was this year, 2024. This is the most difficult year to trade in my life, whole life, after understanding this price action. I wish that next year is gonna be the beautiful year, and we are going to face the beautiful price action where any of you can tell me what is the direction without even explanation. You can simply tell me, brother, today is bullish, tomorrow is bias. If you focus over here in this price action, trust me, man. I always try to make things clear to all of you to understand why and how you should think about the price action. Entry is something you will wait for some specific model. Don't go for order block entry, breaker block entry, fair value gap entry, silver bullet entry, what type of entry, inversion fair value gap entry. Don't go for everything. Always wait for your model. If your model is over there, go for that trade. If your model is not there, don't go for the trade. For example, here, when I was looking for an entry here, my intention was that I will get the market structure shift, fair value gap, market will tap to this fair value gap, it will go over there. Now, I didn't get the opportunity to take entry from the fair value gap. So what I did, I tried to take the entry from the breaker block. Now, maybe I didn't get the opportunity to enter into the breaker block. What I would think, there is any inverse gap. If there is an inverse gap, I would try to take the buy-in from there. Please don't do that. There is no fair value gap, no trade for me. But market is going toward your direction. Why you are not going to take the entry? Because if you think that I need to take the entry, you will force the market to make the setup for you. If there is no 22 model, you will force the market to make the breaker block entry. If no breaker block, you will force the market to make the inverse gap. I mean, you will keep forcing the market to give you the entry, because you know that you need to enter into this market. But if you depend on your model and you are waiting, like I was waiting for a buying opportunity, I was waiting, and finally I got that buying opportunity, and there is a 22 perfect model. I would go for that model. Perfect. Most of the time I'll go like that way. Trust me, man, it's gonna help me. Most of the time I'll be right. But if you focus on more entry opportunity, and it will destroy you. So please look for one setup only, one model only. Be the master of one model, then work with different model. Don't ever go for just entry. I just need to take the entry. I don't care about anything. I just need to take the entry. Don't ever think like that way. I'll close my trade, session after 2 minutes around 4 p.m. Okay, and let me know that if it was like little insightful or not. The way I explained the price action, did it help you or not? Okay, I got 58 votes, 55% was still looking for entry. Oh man. Okay, let's go. Thanks for the stream. Hey, excellent. Thanks. You're most welcome. 82 question. The 1 minute candle 150 can we use as a inversion fair value gap? 150 can we use as an inversion fair value gap? 150, 150, 150. This one? No, here is a question, Jamie, where I can see the inverse gap. Okay, let me share from here. This is a run, market retrace, trade this fair value gap, then went higher until this area. Then there is another fair value gap. Trade that fair value gap, then finally take all the liquidity. The liquidity has been taken. So this is the highest gap where market has traded and take the liquidity. But previously market has traded this gap as well, right? This gap as well, and this gap market has validated the inverse gap here. This one market has validated the inverse gap here. Now, which one? I'm just giving you an example. Okay, don't think this is the inverse gap. Which one you are going to use the inverse gap? What do you think? Which one you should use the inverse gap? If you are looking for buying opportunity, you will look for the highest. What to say? I mean if you are looking for selling opportunity, that means you wanna use this gap as an inverse selling gap. Okay, so you are framing a bearish setup. The highest bullish gap should be the inverse gap. Now maybe when tap here, market went higher, take the liquidity, but here as another bullish gap. For example, there is another bullish gap. We don't care about that because that is the run which has taken the liquidity from this gap. So this is the highest gap, which gap doesn't have any value. We know that this gap has value because this is the last gap or the entry gap or whatever gap is. It has some value. But when market is keep going higher, this highest gap, it doesn't have any value. Now, how market is making this gap valuable? For example, how market is going to make this gap valuable? It tap to this gap, take the buy side liquidity. When the market has taken the buy side liquidity, this gap is going to be valuable for me. Why? Because now this gap is going to be used as an inverse gap. If your bias is bearish or something, this is going to be your bearish gap. I have another gap here, brother. Another gap here. Another gap here. Why I'm not saying this is the inverse gap? Maybe market has respected this gap, not this gap ever. Why this is not inverse gap? This is inverse gap. This is inverse gap. This is inverse gap. This is every gap when it is inversing, that is called inverse gap. But I prefer to go for the trade from the gap, highest gap. If I'm looking for selling opportunity, I prefer to mark the highest gap as my inverse gap, which gap market has traded and take the liquidity. Now this gap didn't take the liquidity, so it's not the inverse gap. Don't think like that way. For example, this thing, if it would happen here, then I would say this is my inverse gap, not that one, not this one, not this one. But ultimately all of them are the inverse gap. I would love to take the entry from this gap because my observation has said that highest gap which has used and take the liquidity, this gap turns into fair value gap. Now I am going to use that fair value gap as an inverse way. Is that understandable, brother? I talked a lot. I mean, in the area where I explained this inverse gap, I don't remember the live streaming. 2 live streaming I have dedicated for the inverse gap. Over there I have already explained about this inverse gap. Now, do you get the point or not? That was the obvious liquidity, remember? Market has taken that obvious liquidity. Last down close, body close candle, order block, tap to this order block, it will come here. there, this order block is going to hold the price. It's coming here, some specific area I talked about in the morning session. Now, maybe market will not reach here. Okay, so how far it reach? Here, 22 handle. Just for 22 handle, I'm not saying that it's not going to happen. I'm just saying maybe market missed that low for 22 handle. Am I wrong? From there, I was looking for that low. Am I wrong if it missed that low for 22 handle? Was my intention was wrong? The way I explained here that it has taken that low, see this lows, it has taken here, now it will go higher. Just because of the time distortion, it fall little more, then go higher again. Maybe it is inside the session. I will try to take re-entry here. So whatever loss I got here, I know that that's going to be mitigated because I know what I'm doing. I clearly know what I'm doing. Okay. Oh, I see. So I have to take liquidity. Yes, sir. That is my way. Okay. That is my way. I think like that way. Okay. I can see the comment from Fahim. What he wants to say. Fahim. Jamie, is it clear, brother? Let me know. Okay. Love you from the core of my heart, you wizard brother. Hey, thanks for that, man. I'm just trying to explain and predict how I'm going to predict the price. I'm just trying to explain that to all of you so that you guys can do the same. How did I know that this low is my interest? How could I say that market is going to close inside this gap or around this gap? How did I know that? Even I didn't say that when market was there. I told that when market was here. How did I know that? Everything I explained from the beginning, how I'm going to that decision that market is reaching here. If this is broken, then market is going to reach here, this area, small area, not below this area, not here, not here, not here, nothing. If it is broken, market is going to close around this new week opening gap. Almost every day, you will see that market close around the last fair value gap. Almost every day, almost every day, it close around the last fair value gap, and that either from 1 minute chart or from 15-minute chart. And today this gap is important, so my intention this gap, not look over here. I have some other gap here, small gap, or maybe this new week opening gap, new day opening gap. I'm not interested in any of them. My interest is only this gap. This gap is my interest. How can I reach to that decision that market is coming here? That is why I spent the whole day to explaining. The way I explained, did anything got wrong here? Now forget about this new week opening gap entries around this area because that was the entry depending on that new week opening gap. From there, I expected until this area, constant cost, sorry, not constant cosmet. I expected until the 50% of that hourly bullish gap. In between, I asked you what it should do to reach over there. It has to break this constant cosmet. This is the area where market can give the retracement. It doesn't need to reach until this area. It can simply retrace from that area. If it is broken, this is confirmed that market is coming here. 100%, I mean, most probably market will come here. It has the possibility to stop the price. Very specific week. It's not something random. Very specific week. Nobody in this world, in this whole world, give you this information. Not even a single person. If you can show me that, I will do whatever you will say. Before me, nobody, not even ICT himself, I'm sorry to say like that way, nobody ICT himself talked about this specific way. Not every week is important. The week has taken the liquidity and traded a fair value gap. Liquidity taken can be from the lower time frame. It can be happen from the lower time frame. But if higher time frame you have the liquidity, kind of swing low, then that every swing low should be taken by that specific week. That is not enough. It has to trade the fair value gap from the same time frame. It has to trade the fair value gap. If it do that, then the 50% of that week is important. It is extremely important. This is your last fair value gap. Look at this reaction. It's not random, very specific. From there, market started to go higher. I could simply say that this gap will hold the price, then market. I saw that it came until this area, then it started to fall. Perfect, no worries. Until it's not broken, I'm not interested to look for any kind of sell. It's broken, I'll start to look for and sell until this new day opening gap or maybe until this area. It didn't broke, wait. This fair value gap concept, before me, there is no one. There is no one. Until now, I don't know anybody talked about this or not. How can I know that this market has shifted? That means it's a bearish market. How do I know that this market is going to be shifted? Wait for a 15-minute bullish fair value gap. Very specific. Look for the 50% of that 15-minute bullish fair value gap is the body is going to closed below this 50% or not. If body closed below this 50%, don't touch that market. If body doesn't close below the 50%, confirmation that market has been reversed. But all of this move, what we will do, you have to let them go. Sorry to say, you have to let them go until this candle. You have to let them go. After this candle, when this fair value gap has been built over there, now you will start to look for a buying opportunity because this is already built here. If you find any buying opportunity after this, go for that. Go for that. Market came here, no worries. Still, I'm bullish. Did I ever say that I'm now looking for sell? No. If this bullish fair value gap is broken 100% by body, yes sir, then I will start to look for sell. Until then, it is falling, I'll let him fall. I'll start to look for buy. Nobody in this world tell this much specifically. Everything is here. Now, every single trade I'll be right? No sir, I'm not going to be right by every single trade. I don't need to be right. Most of the time, you will see that my first entry or the second entry is the winning trade. After I mitigated my loss, I have already got a lot of profit. I believe in one win, one day. I believe in that. Some of you can say that, no, I got 5 winning trade today. I got 10 winning trade yesterday. I got 15 winning trade the day before yesterday. I promise you, brother, I challenge you, brother. You will never be a consistent profitable trader. If you can be, if you can, whatever you will say, I will do for you. It's never possible. It's not possible. Out of 30 days, you will do this 29 days. You will keep getting your profit, like 3, 4, 5, 6 winning trade. The last day of the month, just for example, last day of the month, you will take a losing trade. You will try to mitigate your loss because you have an idea inside of your mind that I know how to take a lot of winning trade. So this time it doesn't work, doesn't matter. Next time it will work. Next time you will take another losing trade. You will try again, you will try again, you will try again. At the end of the day, you will blow your account. What happened? 29 days you are profitable, and then last day of the week or of the month, you blow your account. What is the benefit of that? You just blow your account. I have seen that people has like they didn't request for the payout, $60,000, $50,000. They didn't request for the payout because they're making so much money, and then one day they blow their account. $60,000 one day, go, just gone, nothing over there. Do you know what is the reason? Over trading. Just because of this over trading, 95% people are the loser just because of this over trading. Because today I'm very happy, I'm going to get 3 winning trade, 5 winning trade. I got every entry I took, it's a winning trade. What you are doing, you are just killing the way or the chance to win this game. You are just killing it by your hand, by your own wish, but you will never understand this. I can challenge any of you. You will never ever understand this, that you are actually killing your chance to win this game, to be a consistent profitable trader, because you are building an habit where the habit or the bad on inside of you are telling you, no brother, you are okay. You don't remember in last Friday you got 5 winning trade. So what's wrong? This time you just got 1 losing trade. Doesn't matter. Go for one more chance. That's gonna be your winning trade. Okay, it didn't work. No worries. Last time you got 5 winning trades, man. 4 winning trades, 3 winning trades. Let's go for the next one. Next one, you will get winning trade with all of your loss mitigation, and you will keep doing. Your loss is limited. You will blow your account. Done. You are done. We don't know you anymore because you are the loser. Just because you are over trading, you are not enough. It's not enough. You don't know how to say enough. Enough is enough. No more win for me. I got maybe 15 handle. You don't have any target. You have to fix your weekly target. How much handle, how many handle do you want to catch in a specific week? If it is 10 handle, stop after getting 10 handle. If it is 100 handle, obviously make it like a little bit. Okay, I mean, okay, Shahil Naik, you know what is worse than your trading? Your accent asshole. Okay, sorry. Shahil, thanks for joining, brother. And I hope that you will go someone whose accent is better, much more better. Please go over there. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to them who can understand my accent. But thanks for your comment, by the way. And please try to learn the behavior. Okay. I believe that your family is a good family and they teach you how to behave. Please make sure that your behavior is better. Please do that. Sorry guys to stopping you out, and yeah, next week is the, I mean, sorry, the weekend is just in front of you. Make sure that you have done the weekly analysis and you have analyzed the last week price action so that you can understand what did you do in last week. Okay, so try to focus over there. Whatever you have done wrong, try to get some education from your mm, from there. Okay, so just focus over there. That's all, brother. Actually, I was over overwhelming or something, so I was keep talking. I forgot about the time. It's already over. Thank you guys for being over here. Anybody has any question? Otherwise, yeah, I'm done. It's great to you're making tutorials for this kind of markets, so we'll have perfect command or smooth market after holidays. We'll see, brother. Anybody has any question? If you don't have any question, we are going to close the stream because Shahil already broke my mind, broke my heart. I really wanted to see that this guy is going to close inside this gap. So until 5 p.m., I'll see if it can close inside this gap or not. Okay, I don't think so that anybody has any more question. Nobody has no question. Okay, thank you, Jack. Hey, Jamie. Good night, guys, and have a nice weekend and happy New Year. By the way, to everyone. I'm not sure about that, Jian. In the weekend, I will. I have no idea what I will do, but I'll try for the weekly forecast. Okay, I'll try my level best. See you guys. Bye bye.